Hello again. So I did a previous video about what we control and what we don't, and yes, I've had some reflection on what I said, and the extract that I quoted from Epictetus, and yes, talking about reflecting on how over time we've habitually installed the circuits in our beliefs, and you might believe that the outside world controls you, but it's knowing that it's just that it's a belief. It's been installed into you. You have installed that belief. It's not fact. And you might be struggling to understand that your body will try and reject that everything lies within you, because your body might be so used to reaching outside for things. And like in the morning when we wake up from sleep 8 hours sleep, 7 hours sleep, what we do when we open our eyes, what do you usually do? What sort of thoughts do you have? What emotions do you have? Because what usually happens is when we wake up and our senses wake up, we look to reaffirm the person that we think we are. So I don't know if do you check the news when you wake up? Do you check your phone? Do you talk to someone that to reaffirm what you believe? What thoughts do you have? Because what usually happens is we look for things outside of us too, because that's what we believe, but it's not a fact. Our true essence is inside. Our true essence is in our own choices, opinions, and actions. And what we do when we're so focused on the outside, when we're so focused on what we don't control, what we're blocking the inside, we're blocking our true essence to come through. And we're being enslaved by the externals, and we might be doing this unconsciously. We might not realise we're actually doing it. It's just a habit. We might have been watching the news for 20, 30 years, 2 hours a day. We might be, like I was watch the 6 o'clock news, watch the 10 o'clock news, not actually aware of what effect it was having on my brain, what effect. And now I've realised that all the things that I've done over the past, all the choices I've made, all the desires I've had, have been based on an opinion of something outside of me, based on my senses. Because I read something that it's not our eyes that see, it's our brain. We believe our eyes, what we're seeing now, is true, but it's being computed, it's being transferred into our brain, and everything that we look at is being translated to what we know. For example, if we look at something, we can immediately recognise if it's known or unknown. For example, now I'm looking at a microwave, and by what I know it looks like a microwave. But if I've never seen a microwave before, then I would see that as unknown, and I wouldn't know it's a microwave. So can you see where I'm coming from with that? That everything that we've done, thought about, had an emotion, is stored, so we can recognize it the next time we see it. And how does that work with our emotions? So when we have an emotion, when we have a heightened emotion, we take a picture of that and we store it, and when we see it next time, we know it's known to us, and we have the same emotion, the same thoughts. So for example, with co-workers, when we're going into the same office, we're sat next to the same people for 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. We look across at them, and if we believe that they don't like us, or we've argued with them, or we dislike them, and as soon as we look at that person, that emotion is stored, and we translate the same emotions that we've always had. So we can transfer that to the news. If we're watching the news every day, 8 hours a day, and and what's on the news? Usually it's 95% of the news is bad. It's fear-based, because that's why we watch it. And as soon as we see something that potentially that we don't like, we just go back to the same emotion that we had the previous time, and we get addicted to it. It's just what we know. It's running, as I said in the previous video, it's running the same software program that we've always known. We are the hard drive, and in here it's just a series of software programs running inside unconsciously. Only 5% of our thoughts are conscious. They're actually in the now, and what's happening now. Everything, even 50 to 60,000 thoughts are just records of the past. Images of microwaves, people, things, places, time. People, places, things, times, and places. No, people, things, places, time. And there's another one, what I forgot, yeah. But yeah, it's just a reflection on that of the previous video, to sort of help me understand it more and sort of explain a bit more of why we think we control the outside, because it's a belief, it's not fact. I've asked people, do you believe you control your bank account? Do you believe you control your relationships? And they'll say, no, other people control me. Yeah, some people do believe that. And some people are just satisfied with being controlled by other people. And that's their belief, they're content, they believe they're content with that. And they're slave to their other people's choices and decisions. But how would it feel if you just relinquished that control and you just looked inside? And it is scary to feel that whatever happens today outside of us, we don't control. It's a scary thought. But it's true. It is true. We're just been given the wrong software. So it's, how do we reload a new software? Reflections, being aware, philosophy, wisdom, being aware of your own, first you've got to be aware of your own choices. You've got to want to believe it. first. Accept first. So I'm going to upload this video now. Thank you for watching.